All right, Wednesday, August the 3rd, Dean's real birthday. So make sure you wish that guy congratulations and happy birthday and a safe trip, a safe journey out to Madison, where he and Beth will be enjoying the CrossFit Games this coming end of week into weekend. What do we have back at home today? It's the last week of the cycle, and it's kind of like a test for strength today. Like we're gonna do some things maximally that are really gonna test your ability to brace your core and then use your strength, right? So we'll see how it goes, but bottom line is there's nothing new that I need to demonstrate for that strength, so I'll just talk through it real quick. Essentially, today's strength is going to work like a mini WOD, basically, like a mini entire CrossFit class scaled down into 30 minutes, all right? And here's what I mean by that. It's part A, part B, and part C. It's not superset style, so you do all of A before all of B, before all of C. And the first part is just both arms, 20 meters, 3 times overhead carry, which we've done before, but we're gonna use it like a warm-up today. So I don't want you carrying maximal weight, even though it's a lesser distance than you've traveled in the past. I wanna use this as an opportunity to warm the shoulders up. Just a little extra thing where I'm bracing the core and creating that shelf overhead, seeing if I can use the stability of my shoulder or at least warm up my stabilizers. All right, so again, lightweight for that, not a test that part. All right, so you put that down. You shouldn't have to rest much for that because one arm's doing 20 meters, then the other arm does 20 meters while the others rest. So really, I'd like it to be all 6 legs without any breaks, if you can do it. Now, I'm not gonna hold you to it, but that'd be ideal. The next part, it's kind of like rest as needed, but we'll have 30 minutes to get this all done. And the next part is 2 minutes of a handstand hold against the wall. Now, we've done handstand holds before, so it does stand to reason that you already know what your modification is of that. But if you've done it against the wall, you also know that 2 minutes is a long time. So this is 4 times 2 minutes, meaning how much time does it take you to accumulate 2 minutes of handstand hold? I just did it 2 minutes and 45 seconds to hold for 2 minutes, which means I rested for 45 seconds. I was disappointed in that, but you'll do the same thing, all right? So a best thing to do probably would be break it up. Like, can you do 20 seconds at a time? Can you do 30 seconds at a time? And then hold yourself accountable to minimal rest. All right, after that, we're gonna rest. We're gonna rest for 3 to 5 minutes, and then you're gonna do 4 sets of max effort strict press at the rig. All right, because if you remember, that's 70% of your 1 rep max, because that's really the type of overhead strength that you need eventually to do handstand push-ups. You don't necessarily need to be able to push your body weight over your head, more like 70% of your body weight, and right now we'll just use 70% of our 1 rep max press. All right, one thing I'll mention, I don't know who needs to hear this, I'll put this in the notes. We will warm up to that 70% on the barbell before the WOD or any of the strength stuff even starts. So your bar will be ready to go before any of the strength stuff even begins. It'll be over on the rig waiting for you to get done your handstand hold. All right, okay, after that, we have a workout and a WOD, a Metcon, 15-minute that I could have seen, having just done it. Could have easily have been an EWOD, one where we just keep going past the 15-minute barrier all the way up to 25 or 30 minutes. I'm not saying that I didn't get enough work. It was good for the purposes of today, because here's what it is. It's 2 carries and then 2 dynamic movements, all with kettlebells. So it's one of those days where you have to get comfortable with the kettlebell. The 2 carries are single arm, so it starts off with a 100-meter farmer carry, 50 meters each arm, so it's a single arm carry. Then you come back and you do kettlebell goblet thrusters, 15, same kettlebell. Then the next carry is the same overhead thing that we did not only previous weeks, but also previously in the session. This time for performance, this time at a heavier weight. And then it ends with, or the last movement before starting up again, is kettlebell sumo deadlift high pull. And the reason I'm saying it was good at 15 minutes for me and would not have I would not have carried on this way if it were an EWOD is that my carries were all unbroken. Particularly that overhead carry was starting to get really rough at the end. and I did not have to stop at any of the halfway points. But if this had been an EWOD, I'm sure at some point I would have had to. So it was like perfect amount of time, 15 minutes to do all that. Now it's not a high scoring affair, right? There's just a lot to do in a little bit of time, and some of those things that we have to do, speaking specifically about the carries, are not fast. I can't do the overhead carry running. I can't hold the standard where it's back behind my ear with a locked out arm and not bending and not coming out in front of my head. I can't do that while I'm hurrying, and I suspect most people can't either. Same thing with the farmer carry. You can hurry a little bit, but it's uncomfortable, it's weird. So I didn't, not very much anyway. I kind of like, it looked like a slow jog. So I ended up getting just short of 4 rounds. And I think most people, I think that's a very sort of, we can all do about that depending on how you modify today. So if you modify the way I did, and you are able to go unbroken on most of the carries up until the very end, then you should have a score similar to mine. I dabbled with the 70-pound kettlebell, but it was not to be, and I didn't use it. I used 53, and I think that just in general, that's a lot of stuff to do with 70-pounder, but also it's so much strength stuff we did with shoulders beforehand, so your shoulders get really taxed today. So I wouldn't expect you to pick a kettlebell that's heavier or above what you normally use for kettlebell swings. Hopefully that helps, guys. I know this is a little bit of a long video, but this is your first video of the week. All right, enjoy.